Killer Mike, what is really going on? A lot of people are so disappointed with Killer Mike. You guys know they are doing everything to take away the power from black people. You know, we heard about Tennessee. They took our voting powers, and people are upset, and people are saying, how do we get here? We got here from leaders like Killer Mike. We got here by Erica Campbell voting for Trump, the MAGA, and we're continuously supporting her. We got here by supporting TLC from Chile while she votes for Trump, okay? So our own people is throwing us under the bus and playing stupid. So I got this video I want you guys to look at. I'm going to react to. I'm just going to be sitting down looking. But before I play that video, I want to play a few TikTokers that have been speaking about this, and I think it's very insightful. All right. Let's hear what these individuals have to say about Killer Mike, and also DL Hughley is speaking out and addressing Killer Mike. All right. We are in sad times, but we can't afford to get sad. We look. We're gonna have to fight back. It ain't time to be weak. It's time to be strong. Okay? It's time to be strong. It's time to be smart. It's time to strategize. That's what it's time for, okay? We can't afford to cry. We can't afford to, be stressed out. And no, we gotta activate now. Strategize now. Put our thinking caps now. Everything on social media is a distraction. They want to distract us so bad, and it's working. Snap out of it. All right, so let's hear it. All right, so let's get the likes up, and I just want to say thank you so much for supporting this channel, you guys, the Honey Static Media. We are doing phenomenal, and I couldn't do it without you all. So I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and continue with the journey with me on this channel, okay? Let's check it out.
Killer Mike and people like him are a product of the verbiage and actions of the fence sitters during the election coming to fruition. And in the face of fascism, mind you, y'all let your misogynoir and your obsession with contemplating whether or not Kamala Harris was black or not, y'all let that create space for Project 2025 and a presidency that I don't see ending anytime soon, at least not gracefully.
And this way, when I get out of office in, let's say, 8 or 9 years from now, I'll be able to use it. I'll be able to use it myself.
So now that we're in the shits, thanks to you and people alike, y'all want to complain about the Voting Rights Act being gutted and all the gerrymandering happening. And I think I know why. Because it negatively impacts you and the people that you love. But to me, that sounds like a personal problem and self-inflicted harm because, nigga, you helped usher the shit in. I personally do not want to hear a single solitary word from anybody who denounced Kamala Harris during this election when you knew what we were up against. We had people within community blaming Kamala Harris for what was going on in Palestine during the election as we slowly slip into authoritarianism. Clearly, some of y'all's mamas didn't teach y'all that the household chores need to be done before you go outside and play. This is what happens when you don't stand on business as a collective. And now we find ourselves in a death spiral to a majority Republican-led hell. You don't get to play nuanced politics when you're up against a regime. Now look at us, all white exclusive communities popping up in random cities throughout the country, black contributions being erased from websites and national museums, and now a level of disenfranchisement that we haven't seen in 120 plus years. And it's only gonna get worse from here, and people like Killer Mike and the rest of you weirdos are gonna remain equally culpable. Just take the damn L and admit that you were wrong. Killer Mike and people like him are a product of the verbiage and actions.
Hillary Clinton. I just didn't believe in that leadership. I don't believe in the current leadership. That doesn't mean I believe in the other guy. It just means I don't believe in you. So just your party needs to give me a better version of what you want to see. I didn't vote for Trump, but did we go to war under him?
No.
Was the economy better? What were the interest rates on the house when he was president?
Oh, the interest rates.
Yeah.
Directly to you, Killer Mike. Your ass is tagged. Shut the f*** up. Because wasn't this your in 2024? Oh no, this is your ass again. Killer Mike says Kamala's race won't be a key in 2024. It's progresses for me. You one of the reasons why we in this shit.
Hey, what's up? Onyx Impact. Black Male Initiative. This is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render. 1965 Voters' Rights Act just got gutted. They gutted it. They literally eviscerated it, and is now trying to make it easier, or allowed it to be easier, for states to redraw district lines to annex those most in need out. This is not just Black people and African Americans. This is poor people. So based on where you are, the more poor people are, they can chop you up. They can make sure you aren't voting on the behalf of the poor and the interest. They can make sure that it affects your schools. They can make sure it affects your jobs. They can make sure it affects every part of your life. So right now, you need to be putting pressure on our local politicians and local municipalities not to do this. You need to be putting pressure to make sure that those like you and like your neighbors still have the ability to exercise the full constitutional rights of voting, and it being effectively not eviscerating us being taken back to Jim Crow. So we're going to start the largest voter initiative possible this fall. We're going to get people out to the polls. We're going to beat up those midterms, and going forward, we're going to do more than just march and protest. We're going to go to the polls. We're going to change the people who are in office. We're going to get those laws back changed in the favor of the people. This is Michael Render. Stay tuned. We're going to do something plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize big next.
Now for anyone who had been paying close attention to Mike's public statements over the years, it wouldn't have come as a surprise that some viewed him as one of the few Black celebrities whose words and actions may have indirectly contributed to Donald Trump securing another term in the White House. Two moments in particular drew the most criticism. The first was his openly stated position that being Black doesn't automatically guarantee a vote for the Democratic Party, a remark he made while challenging then-nominee Kamala Harris during the 2024 election cycle. The second was his decision to meet with Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, a known Trump ally, that same year. So when Mike's tone appeared to shift after the Voting Rights Act lost federal protection under the Trump administration, a lot of people weren't interested in hearing it. In their view, he had played a role in creating the very conditions he now seemed troubled by. Comedian and actor DL Hughley was among those who made that point directly and publicly. Under Mike's post featuring the now widely circulated video on Threads, Hughley replied with two words, "Wow, the vibe shift." He didn't stop there. Hughley shared an additional comment that read, "I see all these Black people who are apoplectic about the Voting Rights Act, but you helped it happen. Miss me with that. Google doesn't forget, and neither do I." That second comment wasn't addressed to Mike by name, but given the context and timing, many people immediately connected the dots. The implication was clear enough that users across the platform began tagging Mike directly, making sure he understood that the community remembered his earlier stance, and that simply changing his tone now wasn't going to erase what he had previously said and done. For many, the frustration wasn't just about Mike specifically. It was about the broader pattern of figures who had downplayed or undermined the urgency of that election, and who were now expressing concern about outcomes they arguably helped bring about.
Directly to you, Killer Mike. Your ass is tagged. So Killer Mike decided to post this shit on Threads. Americans, we've got work to do beyond the polls this year, no matter what. Plan, plot, strategize, organize, mobilize. Shut the because wasn't this your bitch ass in 2024? Oh no, this is your bitch ass again. Killer Mike says Kamala's race won't be a key in 2024. It's progressives for me. You one of the reasons why we in this shit. You with your fucking misogyny war could not see a Black woman who has been the most qualified person to run for the office be president. You couldn't see that shit. You wanted to play on her race instead of playing on her policy. You dumbass. You it up for us. It's Black men like you that need to sit in the background and shut the fuck up. Stop speaking. You are not a leader. Close your mouth and sit in the back row.
Welcome to the party, Killer Mike. Ain't you the same Negro that says just because you Black, that don't guarantee your vote? Kind of late for this bullshit.
I'm telling you, those days are over. So many entertainers and famous people and athletes, actors, rappers, whatever. People sick of y'all. So, Michael Santiago Render, nope, nobody want to hear from you.
By Monday, Mike had decided to respond, and he didn't hold back. He started on his Instagram stories, where he posted a photo of himself doing an exaggerated fake cry at Atlanta's well-known Blue Flame Lounge, captioning it, "I cried away the pain at Blue Flame Lounge." It was clearly meant to be dismissive, a way of signaling that the criticism wasn't hitting as hard as people thought. He also used his stories to respond to someone who had called him a sellout, pushing back on that label directly. Then he moved over to X, where he went on a more pointed defense against the wave of people calling him out. One of the main accusations being thrown at him was his 2024 meeting with Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Mike addressed that head-on, writing, "The governor race was in 2018. I supported Abrams. My meeting with Governor Kemp about jobs, trades, and more was in 2020. You are an incredible liar. Stop lying." He followed that up with another post aimed at the same person, listing black political figures he claimed to have actively supported or helped campaign for, including Kasim Reed, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Raphael Warnock, and Stacey Abrams, among others. He also mentions Senator John Ossoff, noting he's white, but, in Mike's words, good for Georgia. He closed it with, "To not like Mike is okay. To be a liar is not. Peace out." The responses were combative, but they did lay out a record Mike clearly wanted people to consider before drawing conclusions. That said, the pushback didn't slow down. Older interviews began recirculating online, and for many viewers, the clips told a different story, one where Mike's commentary during previous election cycles appeared to widen divisions rather than bridge them, and in doing so, may have contributed to the political outcomes he now seemed to be distancing himself from.
Didn't you support Hillary Clinton?
I just didn't believe in that leadership. I don't believe in the current leadership. So your party needs to give me a better version of what you want to see. I didn't vote for Trump, but, we go to war under him.
No.
Was the economy better? What were the interest rates on the House when he was president?
Oh, the interest rate.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Why didn't you vote Hillary? Because I voted Bernie.
Well, yeah, but it got to a point where it was Hillary or...
Yeah, it gets to a point where I get the fine stripper or the fat stripper. If the fine stripper can't dance, I don't want the fat one.
Let's keep this conversation going in the comments below. Do you agree with DL Hughley and others who believe that some of Killer Mike's past comments helped create the political conditions that allowed Trump to win, and that changes to voting rights protections are a direct result of that? And more broadly, do you think Killer Mike has been on the wrong side of the issues when it comes to what's in the best interest of black voters today?